Hello everybody, and welcome to Cigars 101, Part 6. And as always, I want to start to remind all of you, try to push you to call your senators, your representatives, whatever you can, to push them in Washington, lift the embargo on Cuba. This is the official Free Cuba embargo show. And one day, hopefully, we'll see free commerce relations between the United States and Cuba, so that we can start going there and buying their fine products, and especially trying enjoying cigars, which we cannot enjoy without breaking the law. And that's just wrong in itself to have an embargo on a country who wants us to enjoy their commerce. Now, I want to thank a newcomer, Kane the Trader, to my show. He had a good question, and he actually echoes questions that a lot of you have. How do you pick a good cigar? The price, the kind of cigar, what's the best thing for you as a beginner to start to enjoy fine cigars and graduate up from the Swisher Sweets, Philly Blunts level to good cigars? Okay, usually I'll tell you this. What I found out is, I found out a lot by accident. I found out that good mild cigars were better for me than the darker, rich cigars. I tried smoking an Onyx. I loved the color. That's what attracted me to the cigar. I loved the band. The little tin cover over the cigar was really nice. And for the most part, it was a good cigar until I finished smoking it. I found that my stomach, my constitution, did not agree with the cigar. You will find that maybe your constitution is stronger than mine, that maybe you can smoke richer cigars, the darker ones, than the Maduros, the lighter colored, the more cream colored, milder cigars, which are, not as strong, not as rich. I find that seems to work for me. You will have to experiment, and it could cost you, but it could be worth it. Okay. Another thing that you want to know when first trying out a cigar, a premium cigar, you shouldn't have to pay more than $4. This is honest. You shouldn't have to pay more than $4 for a good cigar, your first cigar. If you're paying more than $4, then you rather go for the price. But you can get good cigars for $4 or less. A thing you want to look for when you walk into a store is look for a walk-in humidor. Usually those cigars have already been humidified and they're in proper condition for you to take home. If you go into a cigar shop and you find a cigar that's too dry, feel it. If there's no give, then it's too dry. If there's too much give, then it's too wet. It hasn't been properly humidified. Don't buy it. Look somewhere else. And the store's probably not taking care of their cigars. If you go into a humidor, chances are those cigars have been properly taken care of. And you'll know that. You got to feel. Do not rub. Don't do this. I know some of you have been told, roll the cigars. Don't do that. You'll ruin the leaf, the wrapping. You'll ruin it. Just feel it. That's all it takes. You feel the cigar. If there's any give, little give, it's a good cigar. Too much give, too wet. No give, too dry. Use those rules. Now, other people have been asking if you have a humidor and your cigar is too wet, your cigar is too soft in your humidor, maybe you added too much water to it, then this is what you do. You take cedar sticks, cedar strips, and you put at least 2 of them, one over the cigars, another one tucked in the side. The moisture, the cedar should absorb most of that moisture, and your cigars can be returned to a normal state. If they're too dry, that can also be corrected by adding a little bit more water. And I would take a sponge, take a small sponge, not a big sponge, small little sponge, wet it with water, and rinse it out. Have a damp sponge, put it in the humidor and leave it in there for a while. That should return your cigars back to normal. Now, once cigars are dried out and then brought back, they'll never be the same again, but they'll still be good. You can't retain what was when they're dried out. It's a difference between when they're dried out or when they're too wet. When they're too wet, they can be, it can come back. If they're too dry, they can't. So you take some strips, put it in the box, and the moisture can return. It'll dry them out some, but they'll be fine. I got some websites for all of you to look at. You can go to cigarsmokers.com. That's a very good site to talk about things. Thompson Cigars, now that's a brand, and they have very, very good cigars. You want to check them out. And there is mycigarbar.com, and you'll like that as well. Now, I wanted to bring something up. My girlfriend was on the road, and she saw a biker, and he was chomping down on a cigar. And let me tell you something. I know that I've heard this from other people. Not anybody from my site here, not from any of y'all, but this is really disturbing. Nobody should be chomping on a cigar like they're sucking the last drop of mom's milk. It's not good. It's disgusting. You're treating the cigar wrong. You look bad. And I'm telling you what, guys, the women don't like it. Women don't like that. I think that those are guys who've seen way too much detective movies in the 50s and the 40s, chomping on the bit. Don't do that. Okay, you don't chomp on a cigar like it's bubble gum. It's just disgusting. And I don't know how they can do it, because it'll leave a crappy taste in your mouth anyway. So anyway, so I wanted to respond to Kane the Trader and other people who ask questions just like that. And remember, Senator, State Representative, somebody, lift the ban, lift the embargo, free commerce for everyone. And I'll get back to you later on with another segment. Take care, everybody, and glad you can watch the show. I love the response. I love the reviews. I love how y'all are enjoying it. It's my pleasure to be as down to earth as possible with each and every one of you. Thank you, and take care.